It's safe to say that not much has changed in terms of recipes throughout the centuries. If you were to travel back in time and show an ancient Egyptian or Greek a piece of pizza or a chicken parmesan, they would likely be confused as to what they were looking at. However, if you were to bring them a loaf of sourdough bread or a bowl of hummus, they would probably feel right at home because both dishes have been enjoyed for thousands of years. Many believe that food is a basic, universal language that transcends time and borders, bringing people together regardless of where they're from or when they lived. But it can also tell us something about the past, like what people used to eat and how they prepared their meals. And this is why some recipes have survived for so long. They offer a window into the past that allows us to connect with our ancestors and see how they lived. Join us as we explore for ancient recipes that still exist today. From the earliest days of human civilization, humans have been preserving their knowledge and passing it down through the generations. One of the ways this has been done is through recipes. Recipes allow us to learn about the ingredients in cooking, methods used by our ancestors, and can provide insight into their daily lives and culture. For example, ancient Egyptian recipes tell us about their use of ingredients such as dates, figs, and honey, while ancient Greek recipes include ingredients like olive oil, vinegar, and wine. A few examples of ancient recipes that are still popular today are sourdough bread, hummus, kimchi, and garum. Sourdough bread is one of the oldest forms of leavened bread, and evidence of its consumption has been found in archaeological sites. Dating back to as early as 2000 BCE, the process of making sourdough bread involves using a natural fermentation of wild yeast and bacteria to leaven the bread rather than using commercial yeast. This results in a bread that is sour in flavor and has a longer shelf life than other types of bread. Today's sourdough bread is still popular around the world and is often considered to be more digestible than other breads due to the presence of beneficial bacteria. Another ancient recipe that is still popular today is hummus. Evidence of chickpeas being grown in the eastern Mediterranean region dates back to 7000 BC, and it's believed that hummus originated in this region. Sometime before 1300 AD, while the exact origins of hummus are unknown, it's thought to have been created as a simple dish made with chickpeas, lemon juice, garlic, and salt. Today, hummus is enjoyed around the world as a dip or a spread and is often served with pita bread, vegetables, or as a side dish with Middle Eastern cuisine. It's safe to say that it's one of the most beloved dishes of all time. Kimchi, a traditional Korean dish made from vegetables, most commonly cabbage leaves and radish, has been around since the Korean Jomon period, which lasted from 14,000 to 300 BC. During this time, people would ferment vegetables underground to preserve them for the winter months, and kimchi likely originated as a way to preserve cabbage. Over time, the recipe has evolved to include other vegetables such as radish and jalapeno peppers. Today, kimchi is considered to be one of the representative foods of Korea and is enjoyed by people of all ages. The unique taste and health benefits of kimchi have made it popular around the world, and there are even kimchi festivals held in Korea and other countries to celebrate this beloved dish. Garum, a type of fish sauce made by fermenting fish and salt, has been around since ancient Roman times. In fact, garum was so important to the Romans that they had special tools and equipment for its production, and it was even exported throughout the empire. Garum was used as a seasoning and a flavor enhancer in a variety of Roman dishes, including seafood dishes, stews, and sauces. Today, fish sauce is still used in many Southeast Asian cuisines, including Thai, Vietnamese, and Cambodian cooking. Fish sauce is made by fermenting fish in salt and is used to add a salty, savory flavor to dishes. It has a strong aroma, but when used in small amounts, it can add a lot of flavor to a dish. Now let's take a look at some ancient stews that are still popular today. Ancient stews are not only delicious, but also a great example of how ancient cultures used ingredients and cooking techniques to create hearty and satisfying meals. Many ancient stews have stood the test of time and are still enjoyed today, such as beef bourguignon, coq au vin, and Irish stew. These stews typically include a combination of meat, vegetables, and liquid that are slow-cooked together to create a flavorful and tender dish. Ancient stews were often served with bread or other carbohydrates such as potatoes or rice to soak up the delicious sauce that the meat and vegetables were cooked in. Overall, ancient stews are a testament to the ingenuity of our ancestors, who who were able to create such comforting and nourishing meals with simple ingredients and cooking methods. When it comes to ingredients, ancient cooks didn't have access to the same ingredients that we do today. For example, they didn't have access to things like tomatoes or potatoes, which were not native to the regions where they lived. This meant that they had to be creative when it came to coming up with new recipes and finding ways to make their dishes flavorful without using these ingredients. They relied heavily on herbs and spices to add flavor to their dishes, and they were known for their use of things like cinnamon, ginger, and cardamom. They also used ingredients that were native to their regions, such as wild mushrooms and berries. For example, ancient Greek recipes often included ingredients like olives, figs, and honey, while Roman recipes often included ingredients like garlic, oregano, and basil. Despite the limited availability of certain ingredients, ancient cooks were able to create delicious and innovative recipes that have stood the test of time. Another thing that really hasn't changed is the cooking method. Ancient cooks used simple cooking methods, such as roasting, grilling, and braising. They didn't have access to modern kitchen appliances like ovens or refrigerators, so they had to rely on these more basic methods to cook their food. They also used simple tools such as knives, cutting boards, and pots and pans. Despite the lack of advanced technology, ancient cooks were able to create delicious and nutritious meals using these basic cooking methods and tools. So why exactly have these recipes stood the test of time? Well, there are a few reasons. First, these recipes are simple to make. They use basic ingredients and cooking methods that are easy to follow. This means that they are accessible to home cooks of all skill levels and they don't require any special equipment or ingredients to make them. Second, these recipes are versatile. They can be easily adapted to use different ingredients, or they can be made ahead of time and reheated. This makes them perfect for busy weeknights or for feeding a crowd. Third, these recipes are delicious. They have stood the test of time because they are flavorful and satisfying. People have enjoyed these recipes for centuries, and they continue to be popular today because they are simply delicious. And these are just a few reasons why certain ancient recipes have stood the test of time. Do you think you'll try any of these recipes? Let us know in the comments below. If you find this video helpful, please leave a like and subscribe. Share this video with your friends and family, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on any future videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.